Okay, forced smile. What is a forced smile, Dad?
A forced smile?
Yes.
It's a smile when you don't really want to.
There's no such. Everything is a force. You're always forced smiling.
No.
No.
You're
not true.
intentionally doing.
Okay, when you laugh, but you don't want to laugh.
No, there are
that's
times when you
forced.
laugh uncontrollably. When you smile uncontrollably. When you do something just as a reactionary situation. It has nothing to do with you actually trying to. It's just that when you hear or think of something, you just can't help but to do it. That's not forced. That's a natural
all
state.
Actions, movements, emotions.
It's an action, but it's not a forced action. It's something that you're doing.
From your brain.
It's everything is done from your brain, but it's not necessarily done
Your soul?
without. It's not done in conscious. Right. Sometimes you do things unconsciously.
Exactly.
It's still from your brain because your brain controls your action, but it doesn't mean that you're
Aware
purposely doing your action.
That's just because your senses might be.
So it's not forced. My point is, it's only forced.
Just because you're not aware necessarily doesn't mean it's not forced.
Yes, it is. That's actually mean that.
Okay, so to say it's a forced smile, first you have to figure out what does force mean.
To make yourself to make.
As
Okay.
Eris, and I asked Eris this too. Eris, what does? Give me a definition of force. She gave me two definitions.
One
To
is
apply
to
pressure.
To apply pressure and to
And
make.
two, to make fit. Neither of those fit the description of what you gave me.
Well, like I was
Forced
explaining to
smile.
him yesterday. Or was it yesterday? The other day. I said, well, they don't actually use the word force only because you're you. I'm pretty sure, well, you can force yourself to do something mentally and physically, but they just made up that name only because it looks like somebody's making you smile.
If you slap me, is that a forced slap or a natural
Yes, you
slap?
slap somebody on purpose.
Force.
Why?
Because
You did it on purpose.
You did it on purpose. I could just want to smack you, but I could just hold the urge. Like if I was just right there and I just stopped. That's natural. Let's say it's natural for you because you can stop yourself. Me, I just keep going. But other people, they just the one word that they don't like and they'll smack you is just force of habit. That's why it's called force of habit. There's a habit for them to smack.
I wish you could have done that when you busted him. You pulled out tooth,
Pulled out your tooth.
knocked out.
We were all, first of all, I didn't do anything. We were jumping. It was a small bed.
We were jumping. You fell forward.
You was laughing. I don't even see why you complaining now. It was like years ago.
I was crying. What do you
You
mean?
were laughing
First you
your
were
butt.
laughing and then you started crying.
Also, you started to push me while we were jumping on the bed. That's not my problem. I
You
just
pushed me.
retaliated. It's not my fault. Entirely. Not entirely my fault. Anyway, that's completely irrelevant.
Not entirely. So it was pretty
That's
much
irrelevant.
your fault
That's
because
completely
you
irrelevant.
hit me.
That's
No, it's
hit-
because you pushed me.
you pushed me. I just did
I
the
don't
same
even
thing.
remember. No, we weren't jumping. We
You
were
were
playing
jumping on the
games,
bed.
and I was
You
trying
were
to shake your
jumping on the
hand,
bed.
and it was this
Shaking
karate
my
game.
hand?
Yes, I was
What?
trying to shake your hand, and
No.
instead of you reaching out your
No.
hand back, you reached out
What?
your hand
What are
and
you
hit
talking
How is
me.
this
about?
irrelevant to a forced smile?
I
don't know.
Oh, she just brought this weird thing up.
Okay, anyway, so like I said, it's called a force of habit. Okay? Because they forced them. I'm telling you too.
Right now.
I'm not
Okay, let me show you what a forced smile is.
Every movement is forced because you yourself are doing it. It is intentional. From the only way it can be unintentional is if someone unrelated to you, or rather your body, does it for you. Like, that's why there's
Wait.
no such thing as being forced
Here's a question.
into
Here's a
doing.
question.
That's why there's no such thing as being forced into doing something, because you yourself have to make the decision. That's why when you have your senses, you're more aware of what you're doing, so you can stop yourself. That doesn't mean that you're not aware. It
Okay.
just means that you're out of your senses.
But first of all, yes, I totally agree with that. But
That's why people who are blind can still see.
but
But what happens when you blink, right? Right? What happens when you blink? Are you doing it intentionally? Because if you stop blinking, you're also forcing yourself. But you're forcing yourself to blink too, right?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Yes.
You're not.
It's a natural
no.
thing for you to blink. Your
Yes.
body
Okay.
just does it
I
only
don't
because it
think you
knows
just
it
heard
needs to.
what my point was. Eris, every movement.
Sometimes I forget the
blinking,
last time I blinked.
or stop, whether you hold your eyes open or you
Everything
blink.
you do is just
Every
force.
movement in that your
Because
body
you
makes.
really use force, because force is to. Okay, let's say you have somebody who captures somebody. They force them to do something, but
13, 12,
you can't
11.
force yourself to do something like that.
confused.
That's just not how that.
Thought you were
Oh my
34.
god.
Seriously.
Four?
What don't you
Wait,
understand?
no, I understand your
Maybe.
side. I just
Yeah,
trying to
you're
get you to understand what
34.
I'm saying. What I'm saying.
Eris,
You
I'm
will
saying
be
the same. Trust me. Just natural way.
Soon.
The opinion of every other person
If you
ever.
wanted to apply science, that's
But
what
I'm
your opinion
gonna
would be.
apply what I call
Logic.
Okay, let's
Just-
just. Okay, I don't want to go through this conversation again because it was very
no.
cramped in
We
the
were
car. And
we
it
were
was
gonna go
very
through this again
irritating.
once our fathers.
No.
Right, we were gonna
We
ask
need
you.
to PM, but apparently he's taking Eris' side.
Say no.
Which I
No. No.
But
Nah.
still,
You should agree. You
I
should,
need
like,
No.
you to really
Okay,
understand.
look, Kimari. Okay, look.
you don't have,
We're
you
coming
showing
from-
him
Stop,
doesn't
stop.
understand.
Listen,
He doesn't-
listen,
You can't
listen,
show
listen.
me
Everybody,
Wait,
shut up.
can't understand. Also, don't say shut up.
It's rude. Just say, can you please be quiet?
Also,
But you say it too.
you're not even trying to make a point in the discussion. So that means you don't necessarily have to be into it, unless you're about to make a point.
I'm going to make a point, and this is going to be the end of the conversation.
Nope.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Doesn't
Kimari,
mean your half.
fourth smile is this.
What is this?
This is a point.
Can you explain that to me?
It's when you're forcing yourself to smile.
What is
When you
forcing
feel
you-
awkward.
Naturally smiling. Wait.
Why
Wait,
are you screaming, girl? We're in a combined
Naturally
car.
smiling is when when dad makes a joke and you laugh uncontrollably, that is naturally
Why are you yelling?
laughing. That is naturally laughing.
There's an echo in this
If
car.
okay, now if a comedian makes a joke, right? I'm just gonna go. If the comedian makes a joke and you don't like it, but everybody else is like laughing, and you just start fake laughing. That's forcing yourself
What's
to
fake
laugh.
laughing? That's just making a noise.
You know, you're just making a loud sound. Just making yourself laugh.
Right.
But when something's actually funny, you're like, oh my gosh, that is funny.
Not
Oh,
laughing then.
Yeah.
Laughing is when
I said making a sound.
And that's the
That
same
sounds like a
thing
laugh.
what you do when you smile. Okay?
Some
people
That's
do that.
it.
No, some people.
That's
Okay, of
the
course.
end. Let's make this the end.
Okay, yeah.
We gave
so
our
people,
I say your half. That's the end of your half.
that
You
was
wanna end it?
that was a good point right there. But a forced smile is like I said, when people feel awkward, some people just do awkward.
You're
smiles.
going with the overall opinion that everybody else thinks.
Fake laugh. When mom makes an insult to you and it's supposed to be funny and everybody in the family is laughing except for you, you just be like,
That's a real laughter because I find it hilarious how you guys like to insult me. It's freaking hilarious.
like
not
that
even kidding.
pimple on your face.
Yes, the pimples that you will soon grow when you get older. Everyone has them. Soon Eris.
I've
I
been
saw
breaking
Eris.
out every day.
Look at that.
Well, I mean, you can see her
Mine
forehead's
is
already got
completely
it.
fair.
Anyway, that's completely out of the
Irrelevant.
question. Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.